Okay, so thank you very much for sitting down and chatting to me. I suppose the first question is why are we here? What's the project you're talking about?
So I'm here today. Oh, well, I guess first of all, I'm Richard Eyler. I am the writer, executive producer, and one of the stars of Total, the new musical. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. We have a really cool concert planned for the 13th of January. And yeah, we're very excited.
So what is totaled?
So Total kind of started as I was working for a project for another theater thing. And after it dissolved, I really wanted to take back my work um, and showcase it. It really is kind of capturing moments growing up. I grew up in not rural Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. And I spent a lot of times with my friends growing up, driving around in cars and hanging out, like, driving around. And we both didn't really have any place to go or chill. And so, we got to see a lot of our town, and I kind of just wanted to capture that feeling and put it into something really cool.
So obviously we'll talk a little bit about the show in a bit, but how did your theatre creative journey begin? How did you get into the sort of more creative side of theatre?
Um, I'm sorry, you cut off a little bit. Would you mind one more
Oh yeah,
time?
no problem. No problem. I just said, how did you get into the creative side of theatre? How did you get into making new musicals? How did that begin?
Oh, of course. So I started as an actor, as I feel like most people do. I did it all throughout high school, and I really loved it, and I really felt like I found like a cool community and just something, that I wanted to kind of dedicate my life to. And then I went to school in New York City. I went to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, AMDA. Um, and when I was done there, there was a lot of time kind of just waiting for work and waiting for the right jobs to come my way. And I got a little tired of waiting. So I started trying to write my own stuff. And Totaled is like the first thing I've ever fully like written and workshopped and worked on the like more creative side of a
Hmm.
project for. And I'm really excited. It's just it's I really like it. I'm excited.
We were talking a little bit earlier before we started this interview about the unpredictableness at the moment. So, what has it been like preparing for a concert with everything that's going on and in general?
Well, it's been really good up until like 3 days ago. um, it's We were super lucky. Our show got picked up. I sent an email to Michael Kushner, the programming director at Green Room 42, and he was interested in putting us up and giving us a day to do a concert. And so we're very excited. Um, what's really cool actually is Green Room 42, in an effort to kind of improve their COVID policy and make sure that everyone is being safe, but theater is still accessible. They actually let us have the opportunity to live stream our show.
Oh wow!
So on top of being able to buy tickets and come in, which I'm only recommending for like local people, people who like, um, but the big like recommendation for me and from everyone is like, come grab a live stream ticket, like come and support, theater. And even if it's, a little crazy and messy. And even if like worst comes to worst, we wouldn't be able to have an audience, just being able to share this story and, Green Room 42 giving us the opportunity. It's really cool. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. I feel like it changes every like 2 or 3 days.
How's the rehearsal process been like working on this show?
It's been really fun. It's just been such a joy being able to work with so many of my really close friends, and also some of the like most talented people that I feel like we could have brought in for our cast. I was saying a little bit about them before, and they were supposed to join us today, but half of the writing, or sorry, not writing, half of the music team, Tyler McCall, he's phenomenally talented, and the idea like for Totaled was built around kind of making parts for both of us, because we were both really struggling to find roles and stuff in theater. And sorry, with like the addition of like Janine Garcia and Justine Verhill and Lisa Karangdang Sweeney, it is so amazing being able to see like these characters that have just been words on paper for so long come to life in just such a cool way. So it's been really fun.
So talking about the creative side, obviously we've talked about how unpredictable theatre is. Do you have any advice for people who are looking to go into, you know, the creating of musicals? Any advice for young theatre creatives?
Don't be afraid to look stupid. Like I'm someone who, like, I used to have a very hard time asking questions and reaching out to people, and you know, like if there were things I didn't know, I had a hard time kind of lowering my pride for a second and being like, okay, like what do I do now? But what's been really cool throughout this process is I've been able to work with so many really amazing and knowledgeable people who have really helped me a lot. Specifically, our director, Daniela Caggiano. She's amazing. And, you know, just talking to her about the work, and, you know, and also talking to my other producer, Ali Reagan. She is absolutely phenomenal, and having her on the team production-wise has really helped. But yeah, I would just say keep your ears open and don't be afraid to ask questions. Because you know, there's no shame in not knowing things, but there is shame in screwing things up when you can't like fix them.
Okay, so what can people expect from Totals?
So Total as a whole, I feel like the spiel that I give everyone, like that I kind of have like memorized, is Totaled is a musical about queer identity. It explores it through our two main characters. Our one character, Paige, who is played by me, they're very accepting of themselves, and they've kind of, you know, they've given up societal comfortability in order to be who they are, which is really hard and, you know, really good ultimately, but, you know, a really hard choice to make. And our second character, Clay, who is played by Tyler, can't give up that social comfortability, and doesn't think being themselves is worth it, you know, because of various things in your life, or things in their life you'll find in the musical. But yeah, it's a piece that really explores queer identity and the strange relationship between trans feminine people and cis masc people, self-identified straight white men, you know? And yeah, so, you know, expect to be diving into a lot of queer stuff, but also there's really cool supernatural elements, and the whole thing has a really nice supernatural twist. So it's not all super based in reality and in, you know, the super serious.
I suppose that sort of twist gives it the extra bit of entertainment, because you're clearly dealing with some very potentially controversial themes and things that people that are personally experiencing or know people that are experiencing that are really tough. So putting that sort of twist onto it really takes it away from being too deep and heavy. So obviously that's really important. So what can people expect from the concert itself?
Great times, food, alcohol, probably. What's really cool about the concert is it's also actually smack dab in the middle of our entire team. We're all Capricorns. So it's like, it's smack dab in the middle of all of our birthdays. And specifically, it's on my birthday, actually, January 13th. And so my goal with it is we just want to have a really good time and share the story that we've been working on for so long. And my whole goal with producing it is to give a platform to some of the most talented people I know. And so it's going to be really fun.
So is it the concert itself? Is it the full musical? Is it sections? How is the concert going to run?
So currently, Unless there's super big changes. We're planning on just kind of reading through the script as we have it, and then, performing our songs. So, you'll get kind of like a taste of what's going on with Totaled, enough to hopefully get like people excited for like, the stuff that's coming up with Totaled, because there is stuff that's coming up. But yeah.
So it's a little teaser into what the show will become. So if people
definitely.
If people want to find a new musical in its relatively early stages to be a fan of, and to say, oh, I knew this before it was big, and this is one to tune in for. This is a concert to attend. So while we're on that,
exactly,
where can people get tickets, and where can people follow you and the team?
So you cut out a little bit. Sorry, one more time.
So where can people get tickets for the concert? Where can people follow you and the musical and the project?
So we've been working primarily from our Instagram account. It's just at Totaled Musical. And from there, we have a bunch of resources as to how you guys can support like the concert itself if you can't come. We have our link tree in the description, which has our ticket links. It has more information. It also has links to like our articles. We recently had our Broadway World article come out describing everything that's going on, and so more information, definitely go to our Instagram. And then you can find me. I'm just OK Richard, like if you put a K in the middle of Richard, on Instagram and pretty much everywhere. And yeah,
I'll be putting the links into the description below so people can scroll down and click away. But that's all the questions I have. So again, thank you so much for taking the time out to sit and chat with me. Obviously, I'll hopefully be tuning in to see the show, and I'll be following it. I haven't worked out time differences quite yet, but I will catch it at some point. But I'll be staying following the journey, because by the sounds of it, it's destined for pretty great things. So thank you very much, and happy holidays.
Thank you, Rhys. Yeah, you too. Thank you so much for having me, and just for everything that you do for like up and coming theater. It's just really cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.